Hey guys, what's up? You guys just saw the video, hopefully, of your just regular leopard gecko setup that a normal person would just use in their home, stuff like that. What I'm going to go through now is talk about all the stuff that I personally use with the collection, how I set each tub up, what type of racks I use, what type of tubs I use, the sizes, all that stuff. Because I get a lot of questions on what size tub is that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to go through and tell you all of the different size tubs that I use, the different size lay boxes, what I use in the lay boxes, cleaning supplies, the vitamin powder, the calcium powder, what I use for hides, right down to the paper towels, all that fun stuff. Alright, so the first thing that we'll touch on is, let's just go with the vitamin powder that I use. You've probably seen the videos before. But I use Vionate. This is the 10-pound one. These are about 50 bucks online, sometimes 60 whenever you get them shipped. But this is what I use. This container right here will last me probably a month or two, if not more. And that's dealing with probably about 600 animals. So this will last you quite a bit. You can actually, it comes in two other sizes, I believe, that are a little bit smaller than this. But this is the vitamin powder that I use. Great stuff. I feel that it works better than any of the commercial stuff that's available. This is just the stuff that I use. It's tried and true, and will never switch. The calcium powder that I use is Osteo SA. Hopefully you can see that. This calcium powder just works for me as well. Very, very good. Never had a problem with it. Hatch out babies all the time. I think one of the major things that happens whenever people hatch out babies and they're deformed and stuff like that, the adult breeders are just not getting the nutrients and passing those on to the babies like they should. It's not always an incubation issue. Sometimes it is an incubation issue, but a lot of times it's not an incubation issue. Using those two products right there, maybe 1 out of every 1,000 animals that I produce will have some genetic or not genetic abnormality. It'll have like a abnormality that's just weird. Like I've had animals that didn't hatch out that'll have like lower jaw issues. I actually had one that had 8 legs instead of 4, which is kind of crazy. But for the most part, I don't get any weirdness happening with like short stubby tails or anything like that. And at this point, with the genetics that I have in all my animals, they're not inbred to the point where they are like going to have these genetic abnormalities, except for like the enigmas, which like everything enigma has the weirdness to it. But anyway, that is the vitamin and calcium powder that I use. As far as cleaning goes, I actually am using chlorhexidine solution now. Just mix a little bit of this in water, spray down the tub, wipe it out. This stuff's very, very good. Whenever I used to be a veterinary technician, we used to use this stuff all the time as well, prepping for surgeries, stuff like that, cleaning instruments. So this stuff is very, very good. A lot of ball python breeders use this stuff for cleaning as well. But this stuff's very, very good stuff. Pretty cheap as well, easy to get. I think it's like 25 bucks for a gallon or something like that, so it's not that bad. The next thing I'm going to go over is the tub sizes that I use. I actually have only 3 different types of racks in my collection. Actually 4, including the roach rack, which is just kind of like an abnormality. The ones that I use, the racks that I use, are all animal plastic racks. I love animal plastic racks. Every single one of them has heat cable instead of heat tape. I'm not a real big fan of the heat tape. I just don't think it lasts as long. I just don't like it personally. I use the heat cable, which the heat cable is actually, I'll go through and actually show you some of these racks real quick before we get going here. Alright, this is one of my hatchling racks right here. And this is heat cable right here. You'll actually, you can find it at Lowe's, I believe, or Home Depot. Sometimes people put this on their pipes so it doesn't freeze. That is heat cable. And basically that is wrapped around, hopefully be able to see inside there. See that little groove that's in there right here? That's where the heat cable lies, and it's about a quarter of the way forward. So it produces belly heat about a quarter of the way up. So in this container right here, it would be right about here. Hopefully it wasn't too close, so you guys got weirded out there. All right, the racks that I use. Like I said, I use all animal plastic racks. Just love them. They're just my favorite type of rack. The baby racks that I use are called Iris 330s. That's these guys right here. These Iris 330s. There's 4 here, 1 here, and then 1 over there. You can see that they use a smaller tub. They actually use this size tub right here, which is 6 quart, I believe, is what they're called. These are Iris. You can get these at the Container Store. Just go to containerstore.com, and they have this size. I think they're called like shoe box or something like that. I believe these are boot box, and then the big size is men's boot box or something like that. The next size that I use, which I use in these racks right here, is a 15 quart size, which is this size right here. The 15 quart size, and actually those racks right there are the Iris 375s. They come in a wide version like this, and then they come in a deep version like these ones. These ones are the deep version. These actually just can fit the 32 quart ones in there. As you can see, they're much deeper than what those ones are. The 15 quart tubs right there. Actually, I'm going to put the camera back down so you guys can just see me talking instead. These 15 quart tubs, as you can see in those racks over there, they actually, you can fit 2 wide in here, or you can fit 1 of the bigger ones in a shelf. That's why I like that style of rack a little bit better, just because you can house more animals in it, for one, especially like for my male library, to have the more slots for males to go in. A 15 quart is perfectly fine for an adult animal. It gives them enough room. I don't feel that they're cramped in here at all. So it's you know, a good size for them. This is the big size that I use. This is, I believe, a 32 quart. Like, don't quote me on the actual quarts of it. That's just what I think the size is. If you need the exact measurements or anything like that, you can go to containerstore.com and actually find what the exact measurements are and stuff like that. I don't have those handy. I should have wrote them down. The good thing about these Iris tubs, though, is that there's no grooves in the bottom. They're perfectly flat. That's why I really like these tubs. They're just a lot easier to clean. There's no groove to like have, you know, crap get stuck in and stuff like that. So these tubs are just a lot easier to use. Next thing I'm going to talk about is like the hides and lay boxes and stuff like that. I use 3 different sizes of lay box. The different sizes that I uses, that's really great, huh? I need to go back to school and learn how to talk. This size right here is good for the 15 quart, which the 15 quart tubs, as you can see, it'll fit right in there real nicely. And I'll actually go through and show you a couple of these tubs set up so you can get more of an idea of how I set each one of them up individually. The next size that I love using are these Ziploc ones. These Ziploc ones are awesome. These are a perfect size for 2 breeding females. Is the best to have this size for. They're probably about 4 inches tall. They have this nice little lip on the outside of them so that whenever they do kick a little bit of the cocoa fiber out, it's not getting all over the cage. It kind of keeps it all in there. The other cool part about this too is with my cave geckos, what I'll do is end up spraying the top of this, and it'll actually drain down into the lay box itself. These are what I definitely love to use. Whenever I have more than 2 females in a container of the 32 quart container, I'll use this size right here. This size, I believe it says 1 gallon Rubbermaid take along large rectangular thing. These ones I use for if there's more than 3 females in the container. I'll use these ones just so that there's more room in case 2 or more of them have to lay eggs at the same time. They have enough room in here to be laying them at the same time. Another question I usually get is what I use as material in my lay boxes. The material in my lay boxes I use strictly cocoa fiber. I did try using like peat moss at one time, and I just don't like it. It doesn't. It's just not as easy to use. So I'm a creature of habit, I guess, and I just like to use the same thing all the time. It just makes life a lot easier. I feel like the peat moss, it gets a lot warmer, easier. The cocoa fiber stays a little cooler, holds the moisture a little bit better. It doesn't grow like mold in it as easily. I just feel like it's a better product. And the cocoa fiber, you just get it in those bricks. You add water to it, kind of mix it up a little bit, and it's good to go. Actually, let's see if I can get a female out here. This is actually a female inner lay box right here. As you can see, there's cocoa fiber, and it's probably about halfway up is what you want it, just so that there's enough in there so that she has room, and she has enough room to bury her eggs and stuff like that. That's the easiest thing to do. And then I always put the hole in the top of the container just so they don't kick the stuff out as well. Just a little reasoning for doing everything. Where you put these containers at, I usually put them kind of over the heat a little bit, which whenever I walk around I'll show you how I put them in the containers so that the lay box stays decently warm, but it's not like too warm. If it's too warm, the female won't lay her eggs in there either. The other thing that I use a lot of, temp gun, awesome. You should always have one of these if you're breeding reptiles, keeping reptiles, anything like that. These are awesome little tools just to make sure of the temperature of everything inside containers. A lot of people ask me where I get the little styrofoam things. You just go to any restaurant supply.com, if you will. Most of them will carry, these are just meat packing trays, that's all they are. I believe the size is a number 5, but I'm not sure. The best thing to do is just take a measurement of your tub and just make sure that this will fit in there nicely. As you can see, whenever you put these in there, it almost fits perfectly. It's almost like they were made for it. So I just order the same size all the time. They're super, super cheap. I think the last time I got them, I got like, had to have been 500 or more of them for like 50 bucks or something like that. So they're super, super cheap. They're disposable. You just throw them away. They come like that, like a normal meat packing tray. What I do is I just cut a hole in them, and as you can see, I almost cut the hole in the same exact place every single time. Just another one of those things where I'm creature of habit, kind of like to keep everything perfectly the same, if you will. The paper towels that I use select-a-size paper towels. The reason that I do that is right there. Look at how perfect that is. It's just like they were cut exactly for my tubs. So what I do is put a select-a-size paper towel in there, put the hide in there, put the food dish on top, ready to go. Simple. The other thing that you need, of course, on this is to write on it what the genetics are, birth dates, anything that you want to write on the container. What I use for all of my labeling are these markers right here. These are just Expo, Visa, whatever. Okay? These are basically just dry erase markers. They come in 4 different colors, the black, red, blue, and green. That's pretty much all I ever use is those 4 colors. I think they probably have other colors as well. But the good part about these is you can write on them, do whatever you want to, and then all you have to do to wipe it off is just take simply a paper towel, water, and it's gone. It's the easiest thing to do, and just keeps everything nice and neat. Whenever you're cleaning out the tub, it's easy to change what was written on there. It's not like you're using a magic marker that you gotta like scrape it all off. I stopped using all the little sticky notes as well, because like it just is hard to get the glue off, if you will. You'll notice whenever we walk around, some of the containers, like, they just have that gluish residue on them, and it kind of makes it look a little crappy, so I don't like to use that stuff anymore. Food dishes. Like I said before, the water dishes that I use, they're all kind of custom made, but you can get them anywhere. You just want to make sure that they, of course, hold the water and they're easy to clean. That's the biggest thing. These dishes right here, I got these dishes a while ago, and I bought so many of them that I have extras and all that stuff. These dishes are basically ceramic, and then they're glazed on the inside so that the mealworms can't get out. I don't even know if they make these anymore, which is kind of sucks, because they're the perfect mealworm food dish, if you will. There are other products out there that work as well, like the little, they're like plastic dishes that have another cover on them with a hole cut in the top so that they can get in there easily. I think Superior is who makes those. I think they're made by Solo, but Superior is one of the companies that distributes them. Those are very, very easy to use. And the only problem that I've ever seen with those is that they get knocked around the cage real easily because they're so light. These ones are actually pretty heavy. You'll notice in my juvenile cages, whenever I put it on there, it makes it so that the hide doesn't move around a whole lot. I think that's pretty much all the supply stuff that I use on a daily basis in the room here. I'll go over what incubators I use later. These are the containers that I use for my incubation containers, and I actually use perlite, which I'll go over all that stuff whenever I do the incubation video. You'll actually laugh whenever you see the type of incubation that I use. You'd be like, really? He's using, $40 incubators to produce like $1,000 animals? But that's just a creature of habit and my tried and true method. Alright, I think that's it for the tubs. If you have any questions that I missed anything or anything like that, just comment below and I'll try to answer all the questions that you guys have. What I'll do now is I'll go through and show you a couple of tubs that are already set up in the breeding rack here. This is just a basic setup for a few females that I have growing up. What I like to do is put the mealworm dish on the cooler side so that the mealworms don't get cooked. As you can see, the vitamin powder in there. I just fed these guys yesterday and all the mealworms are gone already. What I've started to do, just kind of out of being a little bit lazy, but at the same time it works very, very well, is just put the paper towel down. I don't fold them anymore. It takes too long. So I just put the paper towel down, and then it's easy to pull it back up. Usually they'll poop right on the paper towel. This is just one of my Sunglow females that I have growing up. Very, very cool looking. And as you can see, there's two hides in here, one on the cool side, one on the warm side. Two more females there. You can kind of see that they pooped in the back there. And then their water dish is on the warm side. It'll usually evaporate out pretty well. The good thing about these styrofoams here is that you can scrape off the poop pretty easily. This one, it has some poop residue on it, but it's no big deal. It's not like that's going to make your geckos sick or anything like that. Just, if anything, it makes it smell more like them. This next group right here this is the breeding setup. This actually has, some poop back there. Like I said in the other video, they usually poop in the same spot all the time. That's their poop corner. So it's pretty easy to clean. I got the food dish over here with their mealworms, their water dish on the cool side on top of their hide so that the hide doesn't go anywhere. This one I actually folded the paper towel nice and neat. Usually I'll fold it in the breeding tubs, and then in the grow out tubs I don't fold it, which is, I don't know why I do that. But this group right here is actually some white and yellows that are max snow, that are het for radar, and then a radar male in there breeding with them. And as you can see, he's the one that's in the hide. You can see the cocoa fiber in there. Nice shot of the radar. Hopefully you guys can see him. Actually, I'll go through and show you how to sex them real quick too. That's a boy right there. You can see his bulges. I don't know if you can see the pores if it's that close. That's definitely a boy. And then I'll show you a girl here. Hopefully she'll cooperate. See how there's no bulges there? No real sign of pores or anything like that. That's a girl. Very, very simple. Then we'll go over here, show you some how I have the babies set up, or the ones that I'm growing up. These guys are all some bandit bulls, I believe. Real cool looking animals. You can see how the paper towel covers the whole bottom. They've got their hide, and then they've got their mealworm dish. I don't use water dishes in with the small ones, just because I don't feel that there's a need to. Some other cool looking one. That one's freaking awesome. Really sweet looking animal. Look at that guy. Don't use the water dishes in there because I go through them every like 3 to 4 days and spray them, so they get their moisture from that. These are the 15 quarts that are set up. These are actually, here I'll go down to my wild female and her daughter, so that you can see. This is how the 15 quarts are set up. They got their food dish on the cool side. They got their cocoa fiber hide on the warm side. The heat is right about here, so it'll actually warm up the hide as well. And that's how the females are set up in the 15 quart. And then this is just, she's not ready yet. Once she becomes ready, I will put the cocoa fiber hide in there for her, and then move the food dish back over to the cool side. But as you can see, this one was done a couple days ago, and the paper towel is actually still damp, so it takes a little while for it to evaporate off. So they're not without water at all. She'll actually lick that whenever I first spray them. They lick it off of the paper towel. More baby racks. More of then how I set up the wide containers here. This is actually one of my hard wiki here. The wide containers, I just put the lay box on one side. I always put the hole on the cooler side. That way, if any of the whenever the heat's back here, it'll actually make the cocoa fiber, the water evaporate out of the cocoa fiber, and it'll actually condense usually on the top. If you put it over this, it'll actually all escape, and you don't want that to happen because it'll dry out too quick. So what I do is I always put the hole over the cool side as well. As you can see, just throw the mealworms on the cooler side. Just have another hide. Oh, look, there's another one in there. So with the water dish on top, so that they wow, drawing a blank. The styrofoam doesn't move around a whole lot. And as you can see, there's a hard wiki in there. See the condensation in the back? The little droplets there? They'll actually drink that as well, and that's actually really it's pretty pure water because it's basically it's evaporated and condensed on the side there. So that's actually very, very good water for them to drink. It doesn't have like any Vionate powder or anything like that mixed into it like a water dish might. And then here's just the same setup where I just I didn't fold the paper towel, just used the paper towel like normal. And then this one I folded the paper towel. That's just a bandit bold stripe as well. But same old, same old. Alright, hopefully that covers how I have everybody set up. Here's more of the same setup. You can almost go through every single one of my containers and they all look almost exactly the same. It's kind of funny. The thermostats that I use. This is a Spider Robotics thermostat. They're very, very nice. I like these ones, easy to work. This is actually the cord that goes to the probe, and then it just plugs into the wall just like a normal thermostat. That's one of the types of thermostats that I use. The other one that I use is this Helix up here. The Helix is very, very good as well. This is the cable to see what the temperature is. It's a probe. As you can see, it's like not really happy that I just messed with it, but that'll go back away. I think that's pretty much it for what all supplies and stuff like that I use. I mean, the other stuff that I use is the vacuum. I just use a regular shop vac, vacuum this stuff out. I'm sure you've seen videos already of me vacuuming gecko poop. That's just the easiest way I found to clean. Just use a regular plant sprayer to spray, which you guys have seen that as well. I think that's pretty much it as far as like just the normal everyday upkeep of these guys. If I think of anything else, I'll just make another video for you guys. But I hope you guys have a good day, and hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys later.